Today's power tip is going to come from the letter O for observe. But first I want to cover nonverbal communications. Why should we care about nonverbal communication? Because 70 to 75% of all human communication is nonverbal. During the observation phase, you're going to be listening. It's very important to be a good listener. They're going to be doing about 90% of the talking, and you're only going to cue them to keep going their talk or prompt. You're going to be asking them open-ended, non-leading questions so that you can listen. How do you do this? This is the power tip of the day. You're going to tell people what to tell you. Try and get your mind around that for just a second, because we've been trained to ask questions in a certain way, such as, very common, can you tell me about your weekend? Can you tell me about what you're looking for? Can you tell me about this, that? Those are the kinds of things you do. You say can or will you or those kinds of things. When you do that, that's a bipolar question. That means someone can answer yes or no. You don't want to give someone the opportunity to say yes or no. You want to make them talk to you. So in order to do that, you have to tell them what to tell you. Let me give you an example. Tell me about your weekend. Tell me about what you did last night. Tell me about the new car that you're looking for. Tell me what your ideal financial situation is. Those kinds of things prompt people to give you narrative answers. And then while they're talking, you're going to be observing. While you're observing, you're going to be gaining ammunition. Now, ammunition is not a bad thing. Ammunition is just things that you're going to pay attention to, and it could be things that they say, it could be things that you're observing, things they're doing with their body language. It's going to be something that maybe you can bring up later on while you're building rapport with someone during the win them over phase, which is next. Also, another tip that I want to pass along to you is during the observation portion here, while you're getting them to talk and you're listening to them, make them feel like they're being listened to. That means if you're sitting down, lean forward, good eye contact, nod your head, cue and prompt them to keep talking. You want them to give you as much information as possible. Now, don't take notes during this section, because by taking notes now will only be a distraction. You will take good quality notes later on, and how you're going to do that is, number one, by reflecting back to the person. You're going to say, if I understand what you told me correctly, blah, 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 and repeat it back to them. This will give them a chance to listen to what you understand and correct you if you're wrong. That's going to clarify a lot of things and make life a lot easier for you later on. Also, you're going to say, I want to take good notes because I don't want to get anything wrong. This is really important. So at that point, you're going to be taking participatory notes. They're going to help you take your notes, and you're going to get good, quality, accurate information. This was key in law enforcement, is number one, preparing, number two, observing, number three, winning them over, which we're going to talk about next, reflecting back to them, making sure you have quality information, and then taking notes on the quality information. If you take notes right now, it's only going to be a distraction and you might have bad information. So it's not the time to take notes. Now we're going to move on to the win them over section, the W of power.